It's all in your hands. Unlock your potential with your dream expand.
JingJing and I are hosting this talk today, and I'm going to introduce JingJing. You're probably not familiar with her. She's a life, career, and health coach with Mighty Coach. She's also a certified nutritionist, and she has her PhD from Berkeley. So you know she's really smart, and you know she knows what she's talking about with her certification. She's also an ex-corporate veteran executive, like myself, and she had several successful exits from startups that she was the founder of. So there's so much we can learn from her, and I benefited so much by working with her from a health perspective. I wanted to make sure all of the people, all of the audiences for Mighty have exposure, and then they have the opportunity to learn from her like I did and act where necessary. So is there anything I missed that you want to add to that, JingJing?
Thank you so much, Mark. Yeah, I'm very honored to be invited today to have this talk with you. Since later on, I think audience will find out like how we work together and has significant, amazing result. But I think within last year, I really learned so much from Mark. He is very intelligent, and then he has very unique style to let me know in a like kind of like a gentle way, but then always push my limit to be better. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Since today our topic, we're going to talk about health, right? And then like how we started, especially a lot of you are in career at different field. However, there's something in common. Like our health is kind of like a foundation, especially very important come to your energy productivity. Overall, it's like a foundation for our life, not only work, also family, right? Be a good father or mother or be somebody's kid, you take care of your parents. We have a lot of responsibility on our shoulder. And there's many of my good friends, especially the moms. So don't get offended if you're the dad, but many moms are even saying, I cannot just afford even being sick. Even I'm sick, I have to keep going on. It's already hard enough to balance family, work. If I'm out, then the whole family and, like kind of like paralyzed, right? So, but there's many factors influence on health, such as what you're born with, your genes, right? And then there's what's your occupation. Since we have many engineers here, right? So in common, a lot of people, they have like a neck issues, they have spinal issues, nerve issues, and hands by typing a lot of amounts. So all this is the occupation can have impact on your health too. And then also environments. Overall, globally, there's so much more pollution. That's why Stanford just started a brand new department, environmental science, right? So we all know there's a lot of science, a lot of pollution, toxins. Be aware or not aware, coming into our body on daily basis. So all this influence on health, that's why we're here to talk about it. And then, also we will find out how to kind of overcome the daily worsened more and more toxic environments. How can we come out of it and then detox? Yeah, but after all this will form a lifestyle, right? So if there's people on health, a lot of us, we know we want a better health. And then we try to do our own study, try to get better health. Yeah. However, if it's just kind of like a temporary, only does exercise or only on diet, and only on something. So it's kind of like a patchwork. However, it's really a lifestyle shift. A lifestyle is systematic and scientific, and also sustainable. So if you want to keep your health in a long and steady way, the only solution is to improve the lifestyle?
Yeah, so lifestyle is the only thing where we have control. All these other things, genetics, accidents that happen to us, the jobs we get stuck with, illnesses, environments that we have to live in, right? Those are things where we have much less control. But with lifestyle, there are elements of that where we can control to a much greater degree.
Wow. Yeah, I really like what Mark just commented because, being a coach, we often say, let's figure out what you can control and what you cannot control so that we don't waste too much time on the things we can't control, right? But if you can control, let's make sure we can, do it 100%. Okay, so here, like really what drives the health, right? So when we were young and energetic, a lot of you probably remember in your 20s, seems you have endless energy. However, when we're aging, like every day we are, right? We're human. When we're aging, every day, the cells are oxidized, from all we talk about pollution, stress, drinking, kind of like not so good choice on eating. All of this will contribute to oxidize and damage the cells. Yeah, since I'm specialized at the cellular science, right, cellular nutrition, so I will talk about a lot on the cells. We all at a different spectrum range of being healthy. So we all like a green part, top part is being 100% healthy, right? However, and then we while we are kind of aging and there's other factors, you are gradually losing the health. And based on WHO, their definition, amazingly, actually only 5% of adults meet the being healthy standard. And then there's a 20% are kind of in the red zone where we call it medical dependencies. Like you need to depends on medicine or even surgery or chemo to keep like being alive, literally. So and then so that they don't go to the danger zone to harm your life, right? But then there's a bigger gray zone, which 75% of us, like probably most of us are in this yellow zone. Mm-hmm. Hopefully not in the red zone yet, but if you are in the red zone, we still have hope. So, okay, but then the key is your lifestyle, your choices on daily basis can really decide whether how long you stay in yellow and green zone. And you can prolong the time or even fully prevent you ever get into the red zone in your lifetime.
Yeah, what I like about this slide is everyone starts off, when you're born, most of us are perfect. Most of us. Some people have issues, genetics or, birth issues. But then environments and all those factors we can't control, they conspire against us. And one by one, we start ending up in that red zone. And you only need one issue to make you living in that red zone where you have medical dependencies. And what happens is once you have one, they tend to undermine the rest of your health, right? Because drugs are not healthy. They always have side effects. And also, weaknesses maybe prevent you from having a healthy lifestyle. And so here's the other information you shared before, JingJing.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, and then a lot of time people are thinking, no, I'm kind of healthy, I have no problem. But our body is really the one who really try the best to protect us. And then it will show all kinds of signs to give us warning sign. But unfortunately, a lot of time we're just too busy at work and family life and kind of ignore it or even use the way to cut it off, the connection with our body. For example, you feel like less energy, hair loss, allergies, too much weight, too little weight, your sleeping issues, gouts, blood pressure, all this is a sign our body is giving to us, right? So what we really supposed to do is to connect with it and pay attention. when it's still in red, the yellow zone, which means it's easily can be reversible. But when you get to the red, your body is already, a lot of organs has been damaged permanently, such as liver. When it's hardened, it's very hard to reverse. But when you only have like a fatty liver early stage, you can easily to reverse it. So that's just an example.
Right. And that's actually one of the things that happened for me is I did have a fatty liver. And within a short time, it was a little bit longer than 28 days. But at my next medical checkup, I'm going to share my data with you guys. My liver went from fatty to normal. And that was based on my blood tests at Kaiser Permanente.
Well, that's amazing. That's great. Yeah. So like we said, right, I think if we gradually pick up the healthy habits and then kind of we all started from one step at a time. Like even you just change a little bit every week, over time, you will see a big difference, right? The key is to be consistent and be aware. The awareness is the word coaches often bring up, right? So be aware, like, okay, I'm eating this donuts, or I just skip my breakfast, ate something really fatty, bacon, right? You think, okay, it's not a problem with just one meal. But then if you eat that often, then it's not just one meal. All the issues are all accumulated little problems. And then one day it will cross the threshold. And then the expression will from small problem become disease. And then so this is the overall trend cross you can see from like 40 years. And somehow it's kind of not, you don't see, suddenly you see a big spike starting from around 2002, right? And then you will be wondering like what happened? However, so what happened is during that time, wow, genius, suddenly all this agriculture, the food revolution happened. All the GMO and highly processed. And then also, like people seeing some food, you can't even know what the ingredients are. However, they can stay on the food shelf forever. Why? They use a lot of like a trans fat, and then they use, who knows what unknown substances, right? To make those food, make it really tasty. However, you are what you eat. Over years, you can see all the heart attack, hypertension, blood sugar, stroke, all the things started, kind of have a spike. And then so is cancer. So I just want to, it's not a very pleasant topic, but however, for all the audience, think about it, the people around you, right? Don't you feel like you're hearing more and more people are getting cancer? For guys, the top few cancers are like lung cancer, liver cancer, and stomach cancer. And then for ladies, the two ones are like a breast cancer, and then also the lung cancer, believe or not. And then for top 4 fatal reason, one is cardiovascular heart problems, right? And then the second one is cancer. And then the third one is lung, breathing channel related. And then the fourth one is neuro disease. So these 4 are top 4 fatal disease right now in the world. And then they all related to all the stress, toxins we were talking about.
Yeah, cognitive decline is also spiking. We didn't add that slide in here, but it's something where we've always had people with cognitive decline as they get older, but now there's like an epidemic, and there's something to it.
Okay. Right. So far you'll be like, oh, doesn't, like, yes, we agree with you. There's all this, polluted environment, more stress at work, all this. And then, yes, okay, we have toxins, we have an inflammation. I'm not feeling 100% myself. What do I do? Well, there's a solution and there's a help here, right? It's a 28 days transformation. You don't need much. So our house is very precious. It's kind of like our big family house, right? So this 28 days is kind of like a jump start or deep clean. However, the goal is really through this 28 days, you can have a jump start. And then, because a lot of time when we're having severe health issue, or even not so severe, even you're being tired, lose your sleep, right? And then, or kind of the body weight is out of balance, too much or too little. It's really hard for you to try. We all tried, like, okay, I will stop eating carb for a week, or I will try to exercise gym, 2 hours a day. First of all, who has that much time, But even you do, you can try for a couple of days and you make some progress, but then boom, one barbecue, everything back to zero, right?
Mm.
So then it's frustrating. However, with a systematic professional help, you can 28 days. You later you will see. You can really get a significant improvement on increased energy. Yeah, sorry, I haven't, but yeah, increased energy, and then also you look much younger. And as a result, your body, your face is your best name card. Wherever you go, if you're energetic, you have really nice, shining, confident smile. Then people will say, okay, this person must be really positive, knows how to manage his life or her life. And I would like to work with her or him. Yeah. Yeah, so talk about the healthy lifestyle, right? You say, oh, you guys talk about lifestyle. What are you talking about? It's very easy. There are a couple ways, but here we're going to introduce you 6 pillars, right? Like nutrition, and then activity, what you do, and sleep. Sleep is so important. And then also stress. We're all working professionals, right? Stress is really important. And then also social, like friends, your coworkers, or if you have a really, like your boss and coworkers all like really care about you, work well together, wow, congratulations. That's much less stressful. However, it's the other way around. You can imagine, how much stress and how many sleepless nights you will have, right? And then also the vices. So all these 6, we're going to talk a little more. Maybe Mark, you can add in on these 6.
Yeah. Where the 6 pillars come from is Harvard Medical School, and they base these 6 pillars on articles and research around something called blue zone cities. There's towns around the world where people have very healthy lifestyles, and they call those blue zones. And they condense the 9 areas of blue zones down into 6 because that's easier for people to remember.
Okay. Wow. Okay. And then, so we kind of based on, remember at the beginning, we focus on what we can control and we can change. And then just kind of like leave it for the things, letting go, the things that we can't control, right? So based on the order, how much we can control, nutrition, 100%. You can choose what you eat on daily basis. And I always say, be owner of your own health. Treat each meal, seriously. Try to have a good meal. Every single meal, try to have a good meal that's important for yourself. And then, right, activity. Okay, activity. We're not only talking about exercise. You're walking, going up and down, doing laundry. Those are all activity, movement. And based on our BMR, based on our metabolism chart, which is BMR takes 70%, which is when you're not doing anything, your body is burning, organs working. But then there's a 25% are from activities. And the other 5-ish percent is from we eat food, we have to convert into energy. That is out of our control. So then, right, let's work on that 70 plus 25, 95%. That's a lot to work with. Okay, right. So we will show this again, but then when I see some questions, thank you. So if you feel like you like to improve your current wellness, including energy, weight, or allergy, anything, because personally, I have helped more than 2,000 people. And then we have a group of certified nutritionist, will work with professional to help you. And then, so through very short 28 days, you can see all these pictures. There's only small part of it, and they all transformed. And later on, Mark is going to share his journey. So on the right is a one-on-one consultation. Because I really respect Mark for doing such a good job on the Mighty Coach and help so many professionals, right? So I like to contribute as well. So it's complimentary one-on-one consultation on your health improvement. And when after we talk, you can ask me to work with you, to help with you. Otherwise, I can give you some really helpful advice. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and it's amazing that my story started the first day I met her, sat down, and she went through all of these case studies, all of these different people out of her 2,000 plus, just a handful that were business people like me, and just showing like before and after, and what were the things they had to do. And I just decided on the spot, said, I'm going to try this. I mean, there's proof, and, she's certified and everything. And it's amazing. Starting the next day, and then like 5 days later, I was already like seeing such dramatic improvements and feeling better and sleeping better.
Okay, so here are just some small example, some examples, and I just showed two. There are many cases like this, but these two are like a face transformation. And as you can tell, the lady on the left herself, actually, she owns a gym. She's the owner of a gym, and then she's a executive personal trainer. However, because don't take me wrong, I love exercise. I do weightlifting. I'm a kind of semi-professional triathlete. However, exercise is not the only thing. And then definitely exercise, workout alone without the nutrition to go with it, it will not help you to do detoxing, will not help you to reduce much inflammation. And then sometimes maybe even opposite, depends on how you work out. So in her case, she came to me, look at her face. She was tired, exhausted, and she has a sleep issue. Actually, she has an insomnia, couldn't sleep, very sensitive, and a lot of allergies. And then on the right, after 28 short days, so her face brightened up, her eyes got cleared. She used to drink, joking, she's like, for the first morning half day, I'm all fogged, my brain, I couldn't really think, right? And then on the right, he is a professional, executive, very intelligent man, I enjoy work with. And then when he came to me, you can see a lot of stress, late night, inflammation. You can see under his eyes, a very dark circle. And in short 28 days, that's on the right, he not only lost body fat, actually it's a lost fat, built more muscle, and then also all this inflammation, dark circles are gone, and he even got some new hair. This is a body transformation. On the left, again, so this lady, some people might even know her. She's a very successful profession woman. But then she has severe weight and joint issue. And the doctor said, you need to lose weight. Otherwise, you're very close to have to do hip replacement. And her joint hurt so much, she had to move her bedroom from second floor to the first floor. But you can see she totally transformed, and she was hiking with me 4 miles. And then on the right, he has sleeping issue. He has, kind of pause. He's sleeping. He's breathing, and also he was wearing a CPAP to improve. However, he really doesn't like it, and kind of follow this part left and right. And then so to work with him, look at his posture and his big belly, right? It became like this, and he not only health improved, saved. He was telling me for the procedure, surgery, the doctor recommended, it costs about $150K to $200K. And it's a whole jaw breathing channel reconstructing. And so not only he avoided that, and then he was biking, he even got a new job because he's more confident, he has better energy, and then also he's just overall happier, like a different person.
Now I'm going to jump in and share my 28-day makeover. This was me when I was like 21 years old. I was in Paris. You fast forward, so many years. During COVID, I caught an illness called polymyalgia rheumatica, which inflames all of your joints. And I was immobile. I was bedridden for months, taking steroids and painkillers, all kinds of stuff. And I ballooned up to 280 pounds. That's over the next year and a half, I was focused on losing weight. I was working out 1.5 to 2 hours every day in the gym, swimming, riding my bike many times a week, walking the dog every day, and trying to watch what I eat. But I was trying like keto and Atkins diet and low carb and intermittent fasting. Nothing was really moving the needle. The picture here, I'm 260 pounds. So I lost 20 pounds in a year and a half, really trying to use exercise and activity. As JingJing said before, the exercise is a bonus. It's great. You should do it. But if you really want to get healthy, it's nutrition that's the fundamental strategic weapon you have to optimize. Within 2 months, I had already lost over 35 pounds and starting to become a different person, right? You can see much leaner, much tighter. I was replacing my clothes at that time, throwing away shirts, jackets, pants. I kept my socks and my shoes because those didn't change much. So that's me 5 months later. And you can tell almost unrecognizable, even the face, so different. I didn't match my driver's license anymore. And that was me getting ready for my youngest brother's wedding in September. And I was 195 pounds. I had lost 65 pounds by then and kept it off. That's the key. Doesn't matter how much you lose. It's how much you lose and keep off in a healthy way. And here were the differences in my wardrobe. Before, size 40 pants down to size 34, double XL shirts down to larger medium, suit coats from a 52 down to 42. I was buying my suit coats in the young men's department now. That's how slim and lean I've become. And shorts went from XL down to medium. And I spoke earlier about my improvements in health, the fatty liver. And my doctor was like so surprised, because forever I had been borderline or above in things like blood sugar, which is pre-diabetic, and also estimated average glucose. So you can see went from being borderline down to normal. And the fatty liver is indicated by the ALT test on the left. Fatty was reaching the borderline, and I'm now down to very normal, the very normal range. And my blood cholesterol also dropped on the right, those are two things you really want to maximize for a longer life with great health span, how long you're healthy, not just how long you're alive. And I follow nature, right? It's nutrition, activity, tribes, unwinding, resting, and excluding. So nutrition, as JingJing said before, 100% of what you eat is under your control. And activity, sometimes you can't go to the gym, you can't exercise, or you have to work all day from your home for a deadline. So that's like an accordion. Some days you'll be able to do a lot of activity, some days you do less. But the maximum you can expect from your activity is to eat down 30% of the calories you're consuming. The bulk of it is coming from your base metabolic rate, and then also the energy your body spends just breaking down food. You can see by the chart above. So things like water, eating vegetables and fruit, having a plant-based diet, replacement shakes that have lots of nutrition, vitamins, minerals, fiber. And when you eat like regular meals, when I go out to True Foods or one of the other restaurants, I try to order like the Mediterranean diet with the right portions. And I can eat anything. I can eat anything. I go to the steakhouse with my brothers. I drink a glass of wine with my friends. It's not like I became a monk. It's just I became aware of which foods are better, what are the right quantities I should be eating, and how to mix it all up so I maximize the vitamins, the minerals, the fiber, the macronutrients, and the micronutrients. So eating strategically, do you want to cover this one, JingJing?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So first of all, congratulations to Mark. Although this whole program is very systematic and scientific, it worked for everyone. However, he really demonstrated the being a leader. He is so self-disciplined, and then also he constantly talk to me and learn, to grow his nutrition knowledge. So just for everybody's knowledge, through these 28 days, not only we have a jump start and then quick improvement on the health level, more also importantly, also learn the knowledge you can carry with you for the lifetime to be, know what's healthy, what's not healthy, and then also form a new habit with professional help. Because a lot of time we all know we want to do it, we need it, but it's really hard to really do it, and then especially harder to do just on your own, right? So that's what this 28 days for. Yeah.
And
so
let me jump in here real quick.
Okay.
Leveraging your comment is, once I had gone down the curve, I am in a part of a family of 5 people, and the 4 others learned from me. They all benefited the same way. Seeing what foods I eat, they ate those foods. Seeing the quantities I eat, they ate those quantities. They all lost weight, and they had, if any of them had conditions, those were mitigated, those were neutralized. So if you're in a family or you're just you and a spouse, you think about the impact you might have on them by making that a focus for you, becoming healthy, right? Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, so here, let's talk about how our human body as a system, how does it work, right? So we all know, we all consist of organs, and then organs made up by tissues, and then come to the most fundamental, smallest unit are the cells, right? So we have trillions of cells in our body, and every day there's a new cells, being born, and then there's a cells die. For example, they all have their own different cycle. For example, the cells in the guts is very important, right? Like a second brain, not only digest our absorb the nutrition, also is a lot. We all know there's some immune cells was born in our guts. And then also serotonin, which is control our mood, emotion, mental health, is also primarily started from our guts. That's why the gut science is very trendy in recent 10 years. But then the skin cells is 28 days, right? So like even myself, during a lot of clients, they didn't come to me and say, hey, I want to improve my skin. I mean, there's some, but a lot of them don't. However, as a result of improving overall at the cellular level, right? So their skin look really nice and smooth and become, kind of like really brighten up, look really healthy and less wrinkle, and then I think a lot of ladies, even guys, really love it. So from the cells, let's start from the smallest unit with the nourish, proper, right nutrition. I'm not talking about, because what our cells need are true nutrition, not the calories, not the medicine, not some chemical or synthetic stuff, right? What they need are really like complete protein, omega-3 fat, and they need carbs. A lot of people say, oh, I want to be healthy. I stop eating carbs. So that's a different topic. Another we can talk about that. Each one we can talk the whole webinar, right? But then, yeah. So what we recommend guide people is you need a balanced nutrition, and it can need to be as complete as possible. But nowadays, nobody have a time and energy to really we need the 50 plus nutrients every day, right? Like, where do you get, I eat the rainbow color vegetable every day, and then I will eat like a protein, this portion, I need this and that. Nobody can do it. Even I cannot do it. We're all busy professionals. Yeah. However, take care of your meal first, nourish yourselves. However, if you need anything else, then we have a way to supplements, right? But then the supplements are very different. So you have to macronutrients and macronutrients as a system all together to provide most optimal nutrition to our cells. Once you nourish them, voila, so cells are healthy, you are healthier. And then we can start this cycle of unlocking the damaged cells, nourish them, repair them, so they can increase their immune system and then energize them, optimize the performance. Therefore, you will have better tissues, better organs, and better you. Maybe Mark, you can you can talk about this page since you're so active.
Yeah. I use an app. I recommend it to all of you. It's free. It's on Android and it's on Apple. It's called Lose It, LOSEIT. That's the name of the app. It's also a website, loseit.com. And it will tell you so many things, almost any kind of food. It will give you the calories, the phytonutrients, the micronutrients, the macronutrients. It will tell you how much fiber is in it. It will do it by servings, by gram, by ounce, by pound, by cup, by teaspoon. It's amazing. But they also have all that detail on the activities. So now when you want to manage your calorie budget and also at the same time monitor your proteins, your carbs, and your vitamins and minerals, here's one app where you just, like 3 or 4 times a day, I'll put some stuff in there and I'll see, oh, I'm, way under my budget. That's great. My proteins, I hit them already, so I don't have to eat another shake. I can eat something else. And one of the things I wanted to point out here is activity. All right, so how many calories will you lose by running? 30 minutes of running around 4 miles per hour, based on this picture screenshot on my screen, you will have burned on average 241 calories, which is good. That's good. But not everybody can run because of knees or ankles or environment where they live or time. They don't have that kind of time to go home, change, and then go run for 30 minutes. Maybe they have kids at home, right? Or other obligations. So how about walking? What if you walk to the bus stop, take the bus to work? What if you walk to the store? What if you walk your dog? Usually your wife or your kids walk the dog. You can walk your dog. That's what I did. And you, in 30 minutes, you will burn 120 calories. Well, guess what? I walk my dog 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the evening. And that's the same as running for 30 minutes. And that all counts as the same level of activity. How about house cleaning? Everybody here cleans their house, I hope. So 30 minutes of house cleaning, you will have burned 111 calories. Now that's an average. That's including sweeping. That's including, cleaning off counters or vacuuming, moving around, wiping windows. If you ever cleaned a whole house, you will be exhausted. 30 minutes of house cleaning is 111 calories. So get the Lose It app, start monitoring your activity, and try to boost it. Try to get it up to a range that's going to help you manage your calorie budget.
So, Mark, I do want to add in a little bit comment on that about moving, because many people, when your house is not in great shape, by the time they get home, they're so exhausted. But many clients, after 28 days, they significantly improve their health, and then they started being a lot better and more diligent on exercise because now they have energy and then physical power to do it. Yeah.
Right. And from the 6 pillars, there was something called social. And so we refer to that as tribes, nature. It's the T in the nature, right? And tribes means you can pick the people you hang out with and the activities that you do that are shared experiences, because the blue zone studies showed that people who have some elements of social every week are going to be healthier because it helps them with their happiness. It also stimulates different parts of your brain, and brain health is a source of medical dependencies if you don't keep your brain healthy. So remember to be conscious of tribes and act on that.
Right. And then I'll also add in like through we work together. So you're joining really like a community or group of us who we all want a positive, healthy lifestyle.
And then stress, as JingJing mentioned before. By the way, these are slides I created from JingJing slides since I'm a slide master. I like making slides. So de-stressing, there's so many techniques to eliminate the stress, control the stress, or just deal with the stress. And some people who have depression or anxiety, you should definitely start with your physician and get professional help. But everyone has some level of stress in their life. And so there's techniques you can use, meditation, deep breathing, counting back from 10, being mindful, being grateful for the things you have. These are all techniques to help you de-stress. So you can incorporate those as well. Rest,
Great.
managing sleep, JingJing has mentioned quite a few times, insomnia or, people not getting enough sleep. A lot of this has to do with like the nutrition. If you eat too late or during the day, you're eating foods that will spike your metabolism or drinking caffeine, those things may have lasting impacts that get you to fall asleep later. You can read books or do activities that focus your mind and help relax your mind. Some people do needlepoint, some people play cards, right? It's getting your mind tired in a good way. What you shouldn't do is spend all your time on screens right before you go to bed, watching TV right before you go to bed, or reading your phone, or being on the computer. You will fall asleep at some point, but the science has shown that the blue light from the screens does have a way of stimulating parts of your brain that make it harder to switch off and fall asleep. And
So
go ahead.
sorry. I just want to add in some another not so obvious reasons, but a lot of my clients lose their sleep because of that. One is inflammation, chronic inflammation. It's like in your big house, you have a little fire going on all the time, 24 hours. So when we're sleeping, it's time for our body to repair, right? You need a really kind of like a quiet environment so all your organs can fully rest and recover. However, if you have inflammation going on, then that will disturb your sleep, sometimes even pretty bad. And two, liver issues. If you constantly wake up around 2-ish, 3-ish, and then have trouble to fall back to sleep, highly your liver has some issues. You need to check it out. And then the third is like what Mark was saying, right? So like late dinners and all this can cause the sleep issue. And then that's become a bad circulation. You don't sleep well, you get more stressed, then you become like your day is kind of going kind of hard. Yeah. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, and according to Harvard Medical School, you need to get at least 7 hours of uninterrupted sleep to be on a healthy sleep cycle. So think about that. Also establish a pattern of sleep. Try to get to bed around the same time and get up around the same time. Because if you're going to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning some nights and you try to go to bed at 8 because you have early meetings the next, you're not going to be synced, and it's going to be more difficult to sleep at 8 o'clock if that's what you need to do. And then exclude, the E in nature, is controlling influences which can undermine your health, like taking naps during the day make it harder to sleep 7 hours in the evening. Also, sedentary lifestyles where you watch TV, you binge 6 hours watching TV, just lying there, that really messes with your metabolism. It's inactivity during daytime, or it's blue screen activity right before you try to go to sleep. In any case, you have to be mindful that sometimes you're working against your own health goals with those behaviors. Another one is alcohol. Alcohol in moderation is tolerable, but if you're drinking a lot or you're drinking at the wrong times, even drinking long throughout your life, you're going to have damage to liver, kidneys, and other systems. So you really need to control that or eliminate it. Smoking, everyone knows that's bad. Gaming is one. It's like the first one, sitting on your butt 6 hours at a time, playing a game in front of a computer. Bad for your eyes, bad for your posture, and it's not good for your brain either. Okay, JingJing, tell us about your program.
Okay, thank you. So, of course, we talk about so much nature, how to follow, improve lifestyle. It's great if you feel like you're healthy, you can try to at least adapt some of those to improve your overall level. We're always here to support you. However, if you are someone who are kind of frustrated or want to improve faster or greater, during shorter time. So we do have program to help you, which is in 28 days and 7 days focus on guts, liver, repair, improvement, and then also the fundamental foundation. And then 21 days become personalized, right? If you want to lose, in Mark's case, it will be very different from someone who want to improve sleeping or allergy. So that's a personalized. And that's what this one-on-one consultation for. And you consult with me, you don't have to do this program because I will totally give you honest opinion. And I give you some tips and advice on the nutrition. But however, if you feel like you need some help, you like to work with us, then I'm more than happy because every week on Monday, every week or 2 weeks, depends sometimes when how busy I am. So we have a boot camp open, transformation camp, and then 1,000 people have benefit from it. So on all this, like I said, I mentioned the new habits, nutrition habits, and then you reach your new milestone, you feel more confident, energetic, right? And knowledge about nutrition. And then also learn how to read the labels, how to know what is low glycemic, what is the anti-inflammatory food, right? And then all this knowledge. What does a balanced meal means and how to budgeting the calories and setting health metrics. And then maybe I use this opportunity to quickly reply. I got a question from Lisa asking me I said the body needs nutrition, not calories, and people can read. So to answer this, I give you an example. Like when the cells have a nutrition deficiency or imbalance, our body is amazing, magical, like ecosystem, or and then the cells will give you signal, tell you like I'm craving, I'm hungry. So as a result, your craving on certain things depends on what you're missing. Sometimes you crave for sweets or oily food or even savory, like salty stuff. Everybody's genes and condition different, so you're craving different things. And now you want to use your mind power to fight it. It's like, oh, I can fight and fight and fight. But then when you get home exhausted at end of the day, voila, you will end up eating a whole bag of chips. You just lose it. It doesn't work. The right solution is to reduce inflammation, release all the toxins in your cell, which are preventing your cell to absorb more proper nutrition and feed your cells the right nutrition. For example, we talk about this is how you eat, right? And then also don't eat, you eat a piece of pizza, that's calories. How much nutrition? I don't know. I don't think that much, right? However, if you eat a piece of nicely grilled, well-caught salmon, and then with, I call 2-1-1 balanced meal plate, right? And then you have vegetable, low glycemic fruits, can be very yummy, blueberry, all the berries, they're really good choices. And you have a good, complete protein, some salmon or chicken, and then have some complex carb. So then you have a really good meal, yummy, healthy, and you're giving a right nutrition to your cells. That's what I mean. They don't need the calories. They need real nutrition.
Mhm.
And then, yeah, the elements, right? So you can, like we said, you have a tribe, a community. We can learn from each other even through the lifelong. And also we have a coach chat. We have many coaches. Now, eating is never is only about eating. There's a stress eating, and there's self-image, dissatisfaction eating, and then trust me, there's people, they constantly kind of troubled by their own weight. To me, it doesn't, actually the weight is fine, but then it's a self-image, confidence, right? So and then use all the ridiculous, some even dangerous way, try to lose that few pounds of weight. And as a result, their stomach is bad, their sleep is bad, their skin got ruined. So that's just totally not worth it, because the order is wrong. The order is to get healthier inside out at the cellular level, and then as a result, you will become more beautiful, more healthier, and more energetic. So that's the results. That's not that's not for, the order is wrong. That will come when you're truly being true health. Okay. And then we will have a weekly Zoom call to answer question Q&A like this. And, and then including all the macronutrients, which are the food, it's a nutritional meal shakes. And then also you can eat all kinds of vegetable, fruits and mushrooms, many. We can have more detail during one-on-one if you book a one-on-one, right? And then it's all personalized nutrition. Yeah, free apps and smart skill. I don't know how many of you have heard the smart skill before.
It's amazing, those smart scales. You get so many data points on your health, and you find things you have issues with that you didn't know, that even didn't get mentioned during a physical, right?
Right. Yeah. So the physical, like a blood work, it will show you a lot of things about your body, your health. However, a lot of time actually it's kind of late, because it's human body. The blood always draw as much nutrition as possible into the blood to support us. However, when the blood shows problem, a lot of like for example, your bone has been missing calcium for a long time. So that's it's a little bit too late. Yeah, thank you. So now please ask the questions, and then we're more than happy to answer.
Yeah, we only have like a few minutes before the next program comes on. I know they're waiting for us to finish. So if there are any urgent questions, I would advise you, she's right here. Otherwise, what I do suggest, I'll give you one last shot here. I do heartily recommend book a 30-minute free consultation. It doesn't cost you a penny, and you will get value there that normally you would have to pay just to learn advice from a professional nutrition who's helped thousands of people reach their health goals. And I've met many of them. In fact, she was talking about tribes, every quarter, sometimes every month during the season, different seasons, she will have get-togethers, gatherings. You will meet people. You can exchange stories. It's empowering. It's really inspiring to meet other people who've overcome health challenges just by changing their behaviors, starting with nutrition. Okay, so take a screenshot there before I unshare my screen. Get that QR code in your phone. Book something with her. And again, JingJing, I really want to thank you for your time. I really appreciate your being available for other people besides myself. And have a good evening.
Wow, thank you so much, Mark, for inviting me to give presentation. It's my passion really to share this with as many people as possible, so you do not have to struggle to suffer from all this health issue and try to fight it by yourself or taking medicine for life. You do not need to. There's a way to reverse. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mark.